and Facebook. This is Sonja Marie. How are you? My website is wordlifeastrology.com. That's wordlifeastrology.com. I write for Essence Magazine. I'm Kamal's mommy, and I am officially on vacation with one of my favorite people in the world. Well, a couple of my favorite people, namely Kamal and Lucy. Look, we are in Palm Springs having a good old time, but I had to come in. Yesterday I wasn't available because it is vacation. But today I said, you know what? I gotta do this thing, Lucy. Let me go work. I gotta do this thing because I need to let y'all know what's happening and what's going down. If you hear an echo, it's this weird room. Don't mind it. Just listen to the information that's coming through. Who's this? Joseph is here. Hi, Tamiko. How are you? And Tatiana is watching. Love to see y'all in here. Please share and enjoy the information that's about to come through. You probably know a lot of what's getting ready to go down. And let me give y'all two really interesting, well, maybe three interesting points of this entire week. Yo, hi Angie, how are you? Tomorrow, as y'all should know, because I know you've been counting down the motherfucking days, Mercury is going direct, for sure, at 11:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yo, I've been struggling through this interesting Mercury retrograde too. Now, here's the deal, talking to Tamiko. Here's the deal, though, is that y'all didn't know this, or do you? That every Mercury retrograde is different for every person, right? There's some Mercury retrogrades that you'll just glide right on through because of the sign that it's in and because of how it affects your particular chart. So if you're one of those lucky people this time around in which it didn't affect you too much, that's a beautiful thing. But if you are one of those people that it hits you hardest, maybe because it's squaring something, there's a very non-harmonious aspect that's happening. The bottom line to this is prayerfully you learn something. You know, life is like that. It's up and down, it's day and night, it's good and bad, it's in and out, it's yin and yang. Life is like that. But when we get into those moments, as you already know, where lessons are coming at you, where we do have to struggle a bit, and we do have these challenges a bit, you know, it's really all about getting centered and figuring out what your responsibility in it is. I said that way backwards, but y'all know what I'm talking about. What's your responsibility in it? That's the real question. So as it slows down in this moment in time, right, to go direct, this is what astrologers call the shadow side. Hi, everybody. This is what astrologers call the shadow side, right? The shadow side, or the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, is when it is slowing down a little bit out of its wobble phase, and it is about to go direct and do its thing. That lasts for another 7 days, but I'll be honest with you, 7 to 10 days. But I'll be truthful with you. Yo, you start feeling it if you're sensitive enough, the time it actually goes direct, when it changes its position, right? It's like a sigh kind of feeling. Prayerfully, this is my biggest prayer for us all, is that we found a way to realign. We found a way to get in touch with who we are. We found a way to, and I don't mean that in the corny sense, right? Oh my God, find the good in everything that you do. Although that's beautiful, it sounds like a fucking meme, but it's real in this sense. Why? Because it was in Cancer at one point. I was to say it started, Mercury retrograde, started in Leo, then went into Cancer. Now it's in Cancer, and we'll go back into Leo. Here's the really interesting thing about those two signs, Mercury being in retrograde, is because when Leo, I think I said this, but I'm going to say it anyway. When Mercury is in Leo, you start asking for what you want. You start being bold about it. But as it goes back into Cancer, you start realizing, okay, did what I say hurt anybody? Did what I say hurt me? You become more sensitive, more emotionally connected to your flubs of whatever it is that you say, whatever it is that you read, whatever it is that you sign. You know what I mean? You start to become more connected. In that connection, there is a honing in that happens. Look at it this way. There is a huge trunk that begins to go through our body, you did, and grounds us into what it is we want to say, what it is we want to think, how we want to process information from here on out until the next reevaluation of Mercury retrograde and how that sparks us in those moments. So because Mercury is in Cancer right now, because the North Node is still in Cancer, which has to do with our purpose, they line up beautifully. Because Venus was in Cancer at one particular point, it lines up beautifully. I'm saying all this to say is that the importance of this particular retrograde fit is to make sure you are nurturing self, to make sure you are loving self, make sure you are emotionally connected and grounded with who you are and the things that's going to make you tick as it goes direct again, you did? It's very, very important that we take these retrograde, in my opinion, sessions seriously. Why? Because you end up jumping back into a freaking bloody, or I should say, not bloody, that's a little violent, Sonja. Good God. Dirty bucket. You clean yourself off and then you run back into the bucket in which was dirty previous to this session or to this moment. I hope y'all finding me a little clear because I am on vacation. I'm not all the way there yet. But I wanted to give y'all some kind of insight for yourselves and for me. Shit, I mean, I need it too. When I talk, I need to hear myself talk, truthfully, because it just all comes through and I'm like, yeah, that's right, Spirit. Anyway, so make sure that whatever it is you're getting ready to go in for the next couple of days, you can stay clean with that realization that you developed about yourself, how you grounded yourself throughout this particular period. It's something, in my opinion, that's going to last for a really, really long time. Remember, we had those eclipses in Cancers too. That was riding alongside this Mercury. That was riding alongside that Venus at one point and that North Node. So it's all purposeful. It's all making us change for our highest and for the better. Okay, now bust this too, another little bit of information before I go and jump back in the pool. Yo, there's a new moon in Leo tomorrow as well, riding right alongside that Mercury going direct. We talked about Leo energy and what it brings, right? Leo energy brings Tamiko, you can DM me that question and I'll be sure to answer that. So here's the deal. When the new moon is in Leo, there's newness that's coming up, right? By the way, squirrel, there were two new moons in this particular month, which is awesome because it gives you an extra chance, an added boost to start something new. God is awesome. Spirit is so incredibly forgiving and open and abundant and plentiful, in which we are given so many opportunities to clean up our act and make it right again for us and where we are in our process of life. There's always something to do. There's always something to clean up. There's always something to improve upon. But when we let the universe's activation, so to speak, of these new moons and these retrograde periods and the eclipse periods like redirect us and we can really go in that thing, we're just leveling ourselves up more to be better and ignite more in our lives to come in our lives and help improve our lives. I hope y'all following me. It sounds simple as hell, but it's realer than real. As opposed to sitting back complaining about all the struggles and the bullshit that you're going through, look for the opportunity to get better. Please, the new moon in Leo says, here are new opportunities for you to take life in your hands in a very courageous, a very willful, a very boss-like way. Why? Because that Leo energy is extremely boss-like. It takes control. It controls in a way in which it can get the whole community involved and it can delegate and make a situation bigger. Remember, Leo is ruled by Lion. Lion is the king or the queen. You dig what I'm saying? So that energy only needs to come in the room in order to swoop something up, something that needs to be done in a new way, in the best way possible. That's that new moon Leo energy. What is in your highest good, the best thing you can do for yourself in this moment in time? Now, here's another way it can come off. Could it come off like in a luxurious kind of way? Because Leo energy is extremely filled with a whole bunch of luxury and value and worth. It likes nice things, you dig? So what new things in your life can make you feel a little bit more fancy? New moon in Leo. What new things in your life can make you feel more bossy about your fucking business? What new things in Leo, that new moon in Leo, can make you feel more courageous, like really pumping you up, saying, you know what, Sonja, get up off your ass and let's do this thing. It is time. Like, think about it like that, right? Alongside Mercury going direct, so you got all the lights are green for you, as opposed to, I'll lie, there's still 4 planets that are still going retrograde, but they are slowly going to go direct in formation over the next month and a half. That's Saturn, that's Pluto, that's Jupiter, and Neptune, still in retrograde. But because they're far away planets, they don't affect us as obviously as that Mercury retrograde. But it's about to move forward. Take your time. Learn what it is that you need to learn. Tuck it in your bra, put it in your pipe, smoke it, execute it. Make sure that you are on track with doing the things that you've been thinking about for the last couple of weeks, doing the things that you're preparing to do for the last couple of weeks, and do it with vigor and vitality with that new moon in Leo. One last thing before I go, and then I'm going to head over to the village and then jump back in the pool. I got to talk to the village, and then I'm going to jump back in the pool. Because you know why? It's 117 degrees in goddamn Palm Springs. The freaking hell. Who lives in Palm Springs? How can you do this? Okay, I squirrel. So here's the deal. The other part of that. This is for people, and I'm sure it's everybody on here. These are for the people that are extremely sensitive, intuitive, connected, like can see spirits at times, or just feel a little like, or can feel people, you hear things, and back in the day, we would have said, the day, like yesterday, but we would have said people like that are somewhat crazy, right? But we all have intuitive prowess, each and every one of us. We just choose not to use it. We choose to shut the window down, so to speak, or open the window wide for you to hear what spirit and what your intuition, what your angels, what your guides, what your ancestors have to say. Boom. So here's another thing, and then I'm going to go, right? Neptune has been on one. Even though it is retrograde, it's been in Pisces. And since we've been in Cancer season, going into Leo season now, there's a very interesting, and I want y'all to tap into this because it's still activated. There's a very interesting intuitive surge, psychic. I don't like that word, so that's why I do my little weird ass air quotes, because some people subscribe to that. But okay, psychic energy that's flowing through all of us. Please, as I exit this broadcast, do not second guess yourself. Whatever spirit is showing you, whatever your angels are whispering in your ear about, whatever dreams that you are connecting with, whatever lack of appetite that you may have, and the fact that you want more water, the fact that you want more juice, or you want a particular type of food that's giving you more energy. Why does all of this have to do with anything? Because squirrel, when you eat and when you intake certain things in your body, and you're highly intuitive, as we all are right now, whatever you eat and drink and put in your body can affect what you're hearing. It can magnify it or it can shut it down. So the bottom line is that it comes up through our foods and our lack of appetite and what we eat and how we eat, when we eat, how we sleep. You dig what I'm saying? The music we listen to, no music at all. Who we're arguing with. We are on one nowadays. And I really am proud of each and every person, even those that have a challenging time with this, but everybody who's really trying their best to hear and execute. Listen, pay attention, and move. And what I mean by that is like that thing inside your heart and soul, you know you need to do. But everybody around you is second guessing it, including you at times. Everybody around you is downplaying it. Nobody wants to listen to you. Why? Because everybody got their shit right now. Everybody's going through something. So people are systematically blocking people out. Why? Because there's a lot coming onto the planet. Be easy. on yourself and other people, but be open to hear what needs to happen next. We have many opportunities to do our very, very best and to allow our dreams to come true. Open your eyes and pay attention to the opportunities. They are here. Even though we're crying our asses off, we can still see through the tears, okay? You can focus and see through the tears. That's all I got for you. I'm gone because I really want to get back into doing what I was doing. But I love you enough to come and let you know. Tomorrow is the day where everything goes forward. I'll be back next week. And prayerfully, you do yourself some good and pay attention to what's coming through, all right? We have work to do. As a village, as a tribe, as a people who knows the love of God and the love of self, we got work to do. We have to pass it on to these babies. We have to make them stronger because there's a whole entity out there that's really, really trying its best, doing a hell of a job to knock down from the contrary position. Not on our watch. Let's go. Make yourself better so you can make the babies better, all right? All right. Mwah! I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.